Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
All right, we are back for another year of the 49ers Rush roster countdown. It's year 4, where we've done every single player. And with the International Player Pathway Program, we've got 91 again this year. And that's what we're going to start off with. Counting down, the whole significance of this entire series is helping people understand who they are watching during the preseason, during training camp, when they're getting these reports, and just understanding what these guys' background are, how they got to where they are, and hopefully at the end of each episode, I mean, we got 91 of them, we're going to understand a little bit better who these players are, what they can offer the 49ers, and the ranking system is comprised completely of what their importance is to the 2025 season alone. So this has nothing to do with future years or what they've done in the past, even though we do base a lot of what the expectations are based on what they did in the past. And we have 4 rankers this year and 4 executive producers, Ben, Josh, Zach, and myself, and all of us go through all these players. So at number 91, we have our International Player Pathway Program player, Isaac Alarcon, the Mexican juggernaut, as he is known. Now, his rankings for this in our 3 ranking series, 91, 91, 91, there were some issues with, what players were cut, and, we were sitting at 92 for a while, but the rosters finally shook out. So now we know. Here's the issue, the good and the bad. Isaac Alarcon has been suspended for performance-enhancing drugs, and so he's dealing with the 6-game suspension, which definitely does not help him. But the good news, his roster spot's not in jeopardy. Every single team in the NFL is allocated 1 player in this International Player Pathway Program to help spread awareness to, again, he's from Mexico, and, they're all over, and each division has different players from different countries. But that's the opportunity that is being provided. And so I think that's a big deal. Now, last year in the 2024 roster countdown, Isaac came in at number 86. So he's fallen to 91. We'll explain why. His jersey number is 67, which is fitting because he is 6'7". He's a big dude. 6'7", 320. Huge. Again, the Mexican juggernaut. Like, that is just such a freaking badass name. And he's about to turn 27. He's currently 26. In July, he becomes 27, entering into his 5th season. Now, he went to Universidad, I'm going to mess this up, and I apologize, Autónoma de Nuevo León. And so that's where he went to school, was high school number 9, a very original name. And in college, he went to the Monterrey Institute of Technology and Higher Education, which they had a football team. Born and raised in Monterrey, Mexico, and he started playing football at the age of 14 at Club Pumas, which is a youth football club. He was an all-star in that. And in 2016, he was on the Mexico national team that ended in a bronze medal in the Under-19 World Championships in China. Then he contributed to the ITESM, winning the Mexican College Football National Championship while playing both right and left tackle in his college career. And so he's been a part of this, International Player Pathway Program for several years. He spent 4 years, his first 4 years with the Cowboys, just finished his 5th year with us. He's going into his 6th year, but 5 years in the NFL. And, he even had some time. Was drafted by the Calgary Stampeders in the 3rd round, the 2021 CFL Global Draft, but stayed on the practice squad with the Cowboys. I think that was a smart move. And when he was with the Cowboys, he actually went through a position switch. They switched him to defensive line for about half a year. Then he switched back. He's played tackle mostly for the 49ers, and that's where he's going to stay. Now, his contract is a 1-year, $840,000 with 0 guaranteed money. This, again, make no mistake, you always hope every single player can, oh, man, maybe he can fight for a starting job. That's not going to happen here. This is to expand the NFL brand and to create ambassadors to go back to where they're from to spread the NFL. That's what that, hopefully coaching in the future or something along those lines. That's what he's played 0 career starts in his, NFL career. He's played 0 NFL games. He has 0 snaps during the regular season. Now, good news, bad news, suspended. And without pay, that's another killer. But he gets to participate in mini camp and preseason games, that's the number one thing for him. Last year in the preseason, he got 70 snaps in the 3 preseason games last year. That's huge. That's what you want him to get, is these preseason snaps, and just to get eyes on him and experience and be able to take that experience and teach others. But it was really bad in those times. So he allowed 5 pressures and had 2 penalties in those 70 snaps. Finished with a 20 pass blocking grade on PFF. Not good. And then you add on to that the suspension and losing the money. Like, that's going to hurt. But his roster spot's not really in question. So I think he stays on the team. Because the international player exemption, that's going to get there. But that's about it. I don't think that there's any chance he's going to play the regular season, and that's why he comes in at number 91. But it's important to know who he is. And whenever you're watching the preseason games and you see number 67 go out there, I've experienced this, in person, and people are going to get loud because this is a chance to celebrate somebody that's completely different with a very unorthodox story heading into the NFL. And, it's funny because, we went to Mexico City a couple years ago, and we had Alfredo, was on the team. He's from Mexico too. He led the 49ers out of the tunnel. And everybody was asking me, the Mexican nationals and stuff, and the fans down there, oh, is Alfredo going to play? Is Alfredo going to play? Like, is there a chance? Is there a chance? The amount of hope that people like Isaac Alarcon and Alfredo bring to groups of people that are not used to seeing players from where they are from is important, especially whenever you talk about kids. It just lets them know that there's a possibility of this. So I am an Isaac Alarcon fan. I hope that he gets to dominate in the preseason, but that's really about it. The suspension does not help, but who knows what is in store in the future. Probably not going to be playing for the 49ers or any NFL team, but coaching and, front office, any of those types of things, those are all possibilities the longer he sticks around. But for us, the first of 91 episodes, that's going to conclude us. And man, for everybody on the 49ers Rush team, we're just going to keep counting them down.